day, sirs or madams or however you'd like to be addressed. I'm Stefan with another edition of Stefan Reads Line News here on Small in Japan, the YouTube channel where we talk about what is small/big in Japan. Today is September 7th, 2022. Sorry, I had to look that up real fast. And Line, of course, is the biggest messaging app in Japan. And it has its own little news tab now that aggregates all sorts of random junk and sends it to me every single day. And I read what gets sent into my feed on this here Line News YouTube series, I guess. Alright, so let's just get right to it. If you haven't yet done so, like, subscribe, all of that junk. Find us on Twitter at small_in_Japan. Anyways, let's move on with it. Story number 1. Of course, there's 2 rows of random fluff, and then in between those, in a little sandwich, is the actual news headlines, which we'll get to in a second. First, the fluff. Story number 1. And oh boy, do we have a doozy of a fluff story to start off today. It is a story about actress Takoka Saki, 49 years old, as it lists here, posting a picture on her Instagram of her of her drinking a beer in looks like the dressing room of a theater show she's been doing. It's a 2-man show apparently called whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's been in Sangenjaya, but apparently it's done. And to celebrate, she had a beer in the dressing room, and she posted that on Instagram, and that is the lead story today, according to Line News. Of course, the house has a paragraph of all the various comments on her Instagram post, which is kind of a pointless thing that doesn't need to happen. But anyways, moving on. Story number 2, Shiraishi Mai, better known as Maiyan to all of her fans, / the former Nogizaka 46 member, was apparently too pretty to be a 19-year-old, according to people who watched her appearance on TV last night. Yes, this is a TV summary story, one of the 2 or 3 different categories of pointless news stories that generally get stuck up in these rows of fluff here. So Maiyan was on a 4-hour-long special Terebi Asahi collaboration variety 4-hour special. It was Ametak, London Hearts, Ariyoshi Quiz, Terebi Chidori, 4 bangumi Korabu SP, so like a special 4-hour collaboration. And Maiyan was on yesterday, and this article is literally a summary of her appearance. So apparently she brought out a picture of herself when she was 19 in a jersey, and everyone said that she was cute. So this is from when she was 19, when she made her first appearance on London Hearts, apparently. Which people already saw that before, so I don't know why they're like commenting on it being cute now. But anyways, yes. So that if you haven't yet watched the show and you're a huge fan of Maiyan or whatever, go ahead and watch the 4-hour London Hearts collaboration thing yesterday, and you can see your fill of Maiyan and in a jersey from when she was 19. And of course, in pure Line News fashion, there's a whole sub-headline here and following paragraph about how the fans on the internet reacted to this, which is, of course, par for the course on Line News. Alright, so that's that first row of useless fluff. Let's go to row number 2 of also useless fluff. Yes, the third category of pointless news stories we get on Line News, marriage stories. So this one is about Suda Masaki's marriage. This is not a new news story. He's been married for a while now. But he was also on that 4-hour-long special collaboration thing yesterday on Terebi Asahi. Man, Terebi Asahi's probably been trying to push this collaboration thing to various news outlets for a while, apparently. If this is one of the 4 tops of 2 of the 4 top stories on Line News are about this here. But anyways, this story is about what they did to celebrate their marriage, apparently. So he was on this show, and he was talking to Chidori, and he talked about how he was confused by various wedding presents that they received, or that she gave him, his wife, Komatsu Nana, gave him. that is pretty much the entire story. Yes, once again, there's also a little bit of a section about random comments that people on the internet said about this. So congratulations to him on his marriage. Of course, congratulations to Komatsu as well. And anyways, moving on to the last of the Fluff stories. Oh, and after a marriage story, we get a divorce story. So I think it was last week, Ryucheru and Peko-chan, the androgynous couple, I guess, of like the model couple. They were really, really popular like 3 or 4 years ago, and then they got to big little tiffs with their former gym show, and kind of faded a little bit from view. Of course, Peko also had a couple of kids with Ryucheru, although Ryucheru's been making some more appearances the last couple of years, or couple of months. Although he's kind of changed his style. He used to have like really like bleached blonde hair, and now he's kind of doing a little bit not classically like Japanese look or whatever, but he's trying to tone that down a little bit. Anyways, they got divorced. They went online and they were talking about how they are looking at a new format, their family's gonna take on a new form. And anyways, they're still living together despite the divorce. And Peko posted a picture of herself on social media, of course, and showed off a new look. And the fans, of course, went crazy with comments such as "Kawaii" and "You're so beautiful. Your beauty is what I aim to strive for." That sort of weird comment stuff. And yes, apparently that's what Peko-chan's doing. Ryucheru and Peko-chan are still living together despite getting divorced. It's kind of gotta be a little awkward, but they're trying to raise their kid together. I don't want to out anybody, obviously, because I don't think he's officially declared that he's his sexuality anyway. But yeah, it was kind of surprising when they got married in the first place. So anyways, let's move on. That's all the fluff for today. Let's get to the actual news stories. These are actually not like super long news stories either, so we can just plow right through these MFers. Story number 1. Japanflation continues here as the US dollar, for the first time in 24 years, is now trading at a rate of $1, it becoming 144 yen, which as someone who gets their money in yen, this is super painful. I gotta figure out a way to make some American dollars while living in Japan, and that's the way to go. Japan is seeing really bad rates of inflation. The wages are still stagnant though, so like people are having to buy less with the same amount of money that they've had for years. Wages are not going up, despite the fact that that's how it's supposed to go, apparently. So good luck there. It's just a bad situation overall, especially when tourists can't come in to take advantage of that super weak yen. Story number 2. Sexual harassment to continue on with the day. So Komeito, which is one of the collaborating parties with the LDP, one of the ruling coalition parties with Liberal Democratic Party, which is the ruling party, also a front for a religious organization, but that's a whole other story. Komeito apparently one of its Sing Diet members used Line to hit on girls and has been called out for sexual harassment. And Komeito is saying if that is true, they are going to need that person to step down from his role as a Diet member. Yes, please resign your Diet position and your position as a party member. We don't want any sexual harassers in our organization, they say. So we'll see. He can probably screw out of this still. But Japan is getting slightly better about this sort of sexual harassment situation in the last couple of years. So who knows? Maybe this guy could actually get his just desserts. Oh, and let's close out story number 3 with a Russian hacker story. That's right. That's right. Russia doesn't just hack Ukraine or America, or they don't just run American poll machines or whatever. That's right. Russia apparently hacked a government website here in Japan, according to the General Secretary of the LDP. It's apparently the government site eGov, which on the night of the 6th, so last night, got spammed up and clogged up and hard to use, and they're looking at a Russian Roshake no Hakka Shudan, so like a Russian hacking group, as the culprits with a cyber kogeki, so a cyber attack. So Japan, of course, is notoriously low-tech when it comes to its cybersecurity and also systems. So I can imagine that Windows XP was super easy to hack for these Russian hackers. Hopefully this gets Japan's butt in gear and they actually upgrade at least to Windows 7. At least get to Windows 7. Or you know, it's just get to at least this century. This century. That's all I'm asking. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I think that's all for today. That's all 3 of the news stories were pretty short, and all 4 of the fluff stories were pretty goddamn pointless. So anyways, until next time, you can find us, of course, on Twitter. You can like and subscribe to this and watch every single other of these news videos that I've done over the last couple of weeks. You can go to Patreon, patreon.com/SmallInJapan, where we are going to be fixing that and updating that eventually. Until next time, I'm Stefan. Take care. Don't use Windows XP.